Hey guys, a home equity line of credit can be a great tool if used properly, but it can also get you into a ton of hot water. So I'm Christian and I've been in the mortgage industry since 2001, and in this video, we're gonna talk about the 5 ways that a home equity line of credit can totally ruin your financial future if you're not careful. Now, these have been really popular these days because values are up quite a bit and people have a lot of equity, and it gives people an easy way to access the money that's stored in your home. But you gotta know the risks, and you wanna be very disciplined. So if you've got money in the bank and you've got low credit card balances, you're probably a good candidate for this as far as being disciplined. But on the other hand, if you have no money in the bank or very low on the money in the bank, but your credit card balances are getting up there, you need to be careful here, because what's gonna happen is you just got access to a giant credit card. The other credit card that's maxed out may only have a limit of $10,000, but this one could have a limit of $100,000 or $200,000. Your entire equity could be available on this line of credit. So you've got to be really careful as far as your discipline goes when it comes to these. Now, let's say that you're not so disciplined, and what happens here? Well, the balance grows similar to that of a credit card, but what happens when the balance grows is you have a credit score drop. Now that's similar to a credit card as well. So as the balance goes up and your available credit goes down, the credit score goes down with it. So we've got to be really careful here as far as that goes. Now that can make other loans cost more also. So if you're gonna go out and you're gonna get auto loans or you're gonna get another mortgage loan later on, with that credit score dropping, it can make those loans cost more. Now next up, we gotta remember that as the balance goes up, the amount of equity that you have goes down. If your house is sold, this must be paid off, so you're using some of that equity to fund this. So you wanna be careful there. If you take out that giant home equity line of credit and you go and fund a bunch of things on it, it's got to be paid once you sell the home. Next up is if we get into a period of time where the value of your home drops, the bank can actually close access to your home equity line of credit. So for those, there are some people out there that are living on the home equity line of credit. They're depositing all their money into the home equity line of credit, and then they're paying their expenses out of it. So if that's you and your value drops, the bank can come to you and say, hey, we've just cut off access to your line of credit. That means that you don't have availability there anymore, right? It's completely cut off. So we want to be careful about this if you're using it in that way. Now next up is if a payment is missed, it's treated a little bit differently than a credit card. So if you've got a credit card and you miss a payment and you've got a late, it will at some point in time go to collection. But on a HELOC, it's a little different tool, right? It's tied to your home equity and tied to the house itself. If you miss the payment and that goes into collection, it goes into a foreclosure. And the HELOC, the company that is servicing the HELOC, can actually push foreclosure and foreclose on your home, and you can lose everything there. So you want to be really careful there about running up the balances on these. If you're getting one, you want to consider what's the purpose of you actually getting it, okay? And what I mean by that is if you're looking to consolidate bills or do an addition or some sort of investment, it might be okay as long as you're using it for short-term money. But if you're going to do something else that's really long-term, they're not designed for long-term money. You know, the rates are fully adjustable, kind of like a credit card is, so they're not meant for long-term money. They can be a great form for short-term cash depending on what you're using it for. I'm not making this video to scare you. I don't want you guys to be scared, but I do want you to make sure, take some time and make sure that if you're getting one of these, you're getting it for the right reason, and be careful of what it can do if you're not careful. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Hopefully you found value in this video. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.